Orientation phase, the most prevalent idea is the initial development of trust. This is the period where the nurse gets to know the patient and estimate the length of the relationship. By the end of the phase, the patient should see each other as an individual. The perception of major needs and problems should be identified, and lastly, the nurse and patient should have agreed to work together on the same aspect of the identified problem.
Good morning, Miss Penny. I'm Sue. I'll be your nurse today. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, I guess. How are you?
I'm great. I heard you say you guessed. So tell me what brought you in today.
I've just had very bad headaches, like severe, like migraines.
Okay, is this a recent onset?
I think it's been about like 2 weeks.
Okay. Your headache, fatigue, or...
Yeah, I've just been extremely tired too.
Okay, I see. So tell me what kind of triggers your headaches and what have you been doing for your headaches?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I've just been stressed out about school a lot lately,
Okay.
and there's just a gazillion things to do and these projects and just everything. But also I've just been taking like ibuprofen, 600 milligrams like 3 times a day to help.
Okay, I understand. So what we're going to do, I'm going to get your vital signs and then we'll go more into depth, okay?
Okay. All right.
Okay, Ms. Longora, I got your temperature and everything back from the medical assistant, and everything is normal except for your blood pressure. Right now it's running like 168 over 98, and I see in your chart that you have a history of high blood pressure. So the doctor prescribed you lisinopril 40 milligrams. Have you been taking that?
No, not really.
Okay. Tell me why you haven't been taking it.
I mean, I was feeling better, and I feel like I'm too young to have high blood pressure.
Okay. Well, a possibility of you having high blood pressure could come from the stress of school, you know, and it's very important that you take your medication. So the doctor will be in to evaluate you, and then we'll go further from there, okay?
All right.
All right.
The second phase is working phase. During this phase, the patient and nurse address the tasks outlined in the orientation phase. Patients may exhibit alternating periods of intense effort and of resistance to change. The 2 step forwards and 1 step back, this reaction is called regression. It's difficult, making and sustaining change, so it's important to have patience and self-awareness during this phase.
Come in.
Good morning. How are you feeling today?
Good morning. I am feeling all right today.
All right. All right. So how long has it been since you've taken your blood pressure medication?
I think it's been 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay. So you stated earlier that you thought that you were too young to have high blood pressure. Was there another reason besides that you weren't taking it?
You know, now that I think of it, I think I do. So I experience dizziness when I get out of the bed, and I feel like I'm about to fall on the floor or pass out.
Okay. Now, lisinopril does have a side effect called orthostatic hypotension. So it's a form of low blood pressure. You know, it can cause you to feel dizzy.
Okay. Well, I knew I didn't need to take that medication.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you take a few minutes to sit on the side of the bed after taking the medication, it could help with this side effect.
Well, I'm just so forgetful sometimes. I just don't need to take it, right?
Well, see, blood pressure can happen at any age, and it can have an impact on your heart and your kidneys. It could also lead to a stroke. So once the damage is done, it's not reversible.
Did you say a stroke?
Yes. So I do encourage you to take your medication. I will talk to the doctor and let him know what side effects you're experiencing, and we'll see if he can change either the medication or the dose.
Okay, great, because I do not want to have a stroke.
The third phase is the termination phase. This includes activities that enable the patient and the nurse to end the relationship in a therapeutic manner. Positive and negative feelings often accompany termination. People tend to respond to the end of the relationship in the same way they have responded to other losses in life. These feelings should be discussed and accepted. It's important to summarize the gains of the patient. Although the patient may want to continue the relationship on a social basis, the nurse must recognize professional boundaries.
Okay, Miss LaGura, so you talked to your doctor and decided to try lisinopril again?
Yeah, I decided to try it. I didn't really give it a chance the first time.
Okay, well that's great. I also have a couple of more suggestions, since you don't really like it. One thing is for your headache and stress level, I have this pamphlet right here. It'll tell you different other stress relieving techniques that you might want to look into besides always taking medication while you're so young.
Okay.
And another thing I want to suggest, he's starting you on a couple of more pills. So therefore, have you ever heard of a pill organizer?
Yeah, is that those things you
Yes.
like each day? Okay.
Exactly. So what you can do, starting on Sunday, get your medication together and put them Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and so forth. And that way you can know whether you took your medication or not. And also, a third suggestion that I want to give you is for lisinopril. That is a blood pressure medicine. Have you ever thought about taking your blood pressure before you take your medication? Do you have access to like a blood pressure cuff at home?
No,
I would recommend they sell them, like you buy them at Walgreens, Walmart.
Oh, I can?
Yes,
Oh, okay, I didn't
anywhere.
even think about that.
I know. So what you can do is before you take your blood pressure medication, just check your blood pressure. And if it's too high, to go ahead and take it. And if it's too low, you don't want to take your medication. Have any more questions or anything, don't hesitate to give us a call at the office, okay?
Okay, thank you for being so straightforward with me, and teaching me about the seriousness of my high blood pressure and whatnot. If I have any questions, is there any way I could contact you? Have like your Facebook or your number or something?
I'm so sorry. Unfortunately, I can't give you my personal contact information, but you are more than welcome to call the office and leave a message, and they'll be quickly and promptly about getting me that, and I will definitely give you a call back within an hour or so.
Okay, all
And of
right.
course now, if it's an emergency, don't hesitate to call 911. Don't wait on me to call you back, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, I understand. Thank you very much.
Okay, no problem. Now you have a great rest of your day and get well, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.